Welcome back to UK All Day, the predictably unpredictable show within a show, the Stone Fruit Roll-Up, highlighting all things UK, hosted by a Yank who missed it all the first time around. I'm Tony Porreco, your Jingle Man Christmas boy, and let me bring on my esteemed co-host. Good
hello,
Queen
hello.
Self.
Oh, the Queen lives on. This is my most regal Christmas jumper. I thought it was really fitting because I feel like anyone in the UK wouldn't wear a jumper like this. They like them to be kind of ugly and awful. This is like a regal, tasteful Christmas jumper.
So I guess, Jill, let's ask our first Christmas question. I guess when you
Let's do it, Tone.
you
excited.
mentioned ugly Christmas jumpers. So are ugly Christmas? Would you say that they are our equivalent, the American equivalent of an ugly Christmas sweater?
Yes. And actually, I've kind of Americanized the UK version because we don't even call them ugly Christmas jumpers. We just call them Christmas jumpers.
Cool.
You guys say ugly Christmas sweater. We say Christmas jumper. Now, I have here an example. Bear with.
Please.
This is the jumper I was going to wear for this evening before I realized how utterly beautifully regal I look in this one. But this is the kind of thing that around Christmas in the UK, people just wear these as normal attire. They're not even a joke.
Nice. So they're not even a joke.
That's not even a joke. That's just like, yeah, I'm just going to work wearing my Christmas jumper.
Mm-hmm.
Just normal,
Jill,
standard.
Jill, I'm so happy to have you on for because I need to learn all about the UK. I missed it the first time around, so I'm so in the spirit with you.
Oh, I love it, Tone.
I've got my tree.
I
have my tree.
Tone.
So, Jill, does this tree
no.
You know anything?
We cannot move on. You can't just say, and I have my tree, and then point at that twig with that lone spherical excuse for a decoration.
Does this twig ring any bells? Is any kind of Christmas bells for you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, are you familiar with Peanuts, Charlie Brown?
Yes.
So
Snoopy.
It's the same tree from the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
That's adorable.
Because in my one-bedroom apartment, this is about the amount of space and I can have for a tree.
That's literally adorable.
Thank
Although
you,
to be fair, Tone, I live in a reasonably small, very old Victorian cottage in rural England, and I've managed to cram in 6 trees.
6 trees? Are they all? That's so many trees. Like how?
It's way too many trees.
So are they all decorated?
All decorated. Yeah, literally. And we have Christmas lights just are everywhere in this house. It's like Santa has vomited on my house. So I feel like one more set of lights and we're going to bring down the national electricity grid.
I was going to ask, Jill, does your electricity bill go up in December?
Oh, yeah. God, yeah. Because as well, we whoever gets up first goes around the house. Like, takes about 40 minutes turning on all the lights, obviously, from room to room. But yeah, they go on at crack of dawn until we go to bed at night. Those lights are on 24/7, almost.
Now, tell us about the exterior of your house. How do you do it there?
Okay, so come in the drive. I'm going to take photos, right? For anyone watching, I'm going to take some photos and I'll load them up, okay, because into the comments. So we've got coloured lights at the front of the house. Then we've got white lights all around our outbuildings stably thing that we've got. Then we've got coloured lights down the side of the bushes down the drive. Then you go around the corner to be greeted by an 8-foot inflatable Santa. Then by the back door, there's about a 7-foot Christmas tree with 600 lights on it. Which, as an amusing aside, my friend Kate she gave me these 600 lights this year because last year she had put them on her indoor Christmas tree in her lounge, and it actually started giving her migraines.
Wow.
It was so many lights for indoors. And then you come in, and then you've got a Christmas tree in the kitchen. So that's number 2. You've got one outside the back door, Christmas tree in the kitchen, Christmas tree in the dining room, Christmas tree in the lounge, Christmas tree in my bedroom, Christmas tree in Luke, my stepson's bedroom. Oh, and a small Christmas tree in the downstairs toilet.
So it's 7.
It's actually 7 if you count the... Wait. 8 trees.
8 trees.
Trees.
Wow. So you are your house is a testament to the holiday season.
It's Christmas-tastic.
So you love the holidays, Jill?
I absolutely live for the holidays. I love it. It's my favorite time of year.
So tell us about your crown, your Christmas crown.
This is a very special reason I'm wearing this crown. Because this crown, so we had a Christmas party last weekend, and had friends around for that, and we had crackers on the table. And I only realized recently that you guys in the US,
do you mean like the grainy snack, or do you mean something else?
Not the grainy snack that you weirdly eat with soup, which I still can't get my head around. Because
we only 2 textures. You get the crispy, and then you get the kind of soft and gummy. All kind of dipping.
How can a cracker be soft and gummy by its nature?
After you drop it in the soup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. See, in the UK, we never eat crackers with soup. That's just that's not a thing. We only eat crackers with cheese. Interesting. But not that kind of cracker at all. These are like paper things. They're like cardboard tubes, and then they're tied at each end, and you pull them, and they've got like a little thing in it that makes a loud noise when you pull them apart. And then inside you get a joke on a piece of paper, you get a small toy, which you immediately put in the bin because it's an absolute piece of crap.
It's absolutely rubbish.
Completely. And you get a paper hat. Usually not as good quality as this bad boy. This was in a very particularly good cracker that had these cardboard hats.
So can you buy different crackers of different quality, classier, better, with better stuff in them?
There's so much difference, right? So like normal people will just buy standard crackers, and they all have like really shit gifts in them. Things like a plastic golf tee, or there'll be like a tiny miniature comb. Oh, look at my finger. Why is my thumb up like that? Adorable. And then there'll be things like, what other things do they always put in there? Just such rubbish. Then you've got like the slightly classier people, like me, obviously, who invest a tiny bit more in their cracker. And like, for example, these crackers they've got a slot in around the back where you put a card in, and you could do the Guess Who I Am game. Because crackers, we pull them when we sit down to eat our Christmas dinner. So before we start eating, crackers sound like a Christmas disappointment. No, they are really good. But before we start eating, that's when we pull the cracker. Yeah, so where was I going with that? What did you ask me? Something about crackers.
Crackers, so a different level, classier, better quality Christmas crackers.
Right. And then you get like the next level cracker experience, which is people with more money than sense who go out and spend like £150 on these beautiful Harrods curated crackers with the gift of your choice inside. They're probably like got personalized with each person's name on them, and all of that kind of thing. No one I know uses those crackers. That's next level. That's royal family crackers.
Sure. So, Jill, tell us a joke or two from a Christmas cracker. Like, what kind of jokes are we talking about here?
Why did the baker have brown hands?
I don't know, Jill. Why?
Because he needed a poo.
Oh.
Needed a poo.
Oh.
That's still my favorite joke of all time.
Jill, can I tell you a Christmas joke?
Yes, you can, Jingle Man.
You'll never find Santa in hospital because he has
Why
private
not?
health care.
Oh, yes. I like that one. That's very, very good.
Mm.
I
I mine a lot of jokes because I do a little bit of stand-up comedy, and
I know you do.
you can make a bad joke a lot better if you cut out the why and you just turn it into a sentence with a pause in between the setup and punchline.
Is that the thing? Oh,
That's how
I should
I
try
have
that.
rehabilitated many a joke.
I need to do that because sometimes I really big up my jokes
Hmm.
and like give people instructions of where they need to come in to help me
Right.
facilitate my joke, and it's never
You
very
just
good.
got to write it a little tighter, and you know how to do that, Jill.
You know this. You know that.
Yep.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so let's talk about your Christmas dinner. I want to hear more about it, but how I want to lead is in the Christmas Carol, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." There's a lyric to bring us the figgy pudding.
Figgy pudding,
Uh,
yes.
is figgy pudding still around?
Absolutely. Yes. So it used to be called figgy pudding. It's now just called Christmas pudding. But same thing. It's a very like here's the thing with the British Christmas that you need to understand is and this actually is more than just about Christmas. British people value tradition over whether they actually like something. So we will sacrifice our enjoyment of something just to adhere to tradition. That's part of being British. That's the sacrifice we make to be British. Okay. So do we want to be eating this really dense fruit brick for our Christmas pudding? No, we don't. But it's tradition. You have to have it. Otherwise, you're cast out. And Father Christmas probably won't come the next year.
How common is it for folks to refer to Santa as Father Christmas? Is that all over the place, or no one says Father
Yes.
Christmas over here?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you just say Santa, don't you? Yeah, over here we don't say Santa. We just say Father Christmas.
Sure.
Mhm.
I wish I'd
I
known that, and I could have
think
redone my
Father
joke. Keep going, Jill.
Christmas. Father Christmas is kind of more of a European thing, actually, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's just British. I think it's like a European thing.
Now, let's talk about Father Christmas in the UK. So, in the
Yeah.
US, the way we do it, a tradition for Santa is to leave him out milk and cookies. Do you leave it? Do you
Yes.
have an offering for Father Christmas in the UK? What?
Yeah. So it's quite elaborate. So over here, we leave out milk and we leave out carrots for
Carrots?
Rudolph. For Rudolph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you leave out carrots for Rudolph. Then you leave out cookies and either a glass of beer or a whiskey or a brandy or something like that for Father Christmas. Mhm.
Jill, speaking of carrots,
Yes.
not Christmassy, but wintry of the holiday season.
Mm. Mm.
I'll let me tell you a snowman joke.
Oh, yeah, I would like that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
One snowman turned to another and said, "Do you smell carrots?"
Oh, because it's his nose. I like it.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have made a mental note to use that one at the Christmas table
Do
this
it.
year.
Yeah, and
It will be
likewise,
popular.
I when I found that joke online, it said, "What did one snowman say to another?" No, don't do that. Like then it feels more like you're doing stand up, which is what I'm going for.
Right. Okay, I like it.
Yep.
Good. Mm.
Jill, tell us
Next
about your
question.
first Christmas memory.
Oh, I actually can remember my exact first Christmas memory. So I lived in a village when I was younger called Snodland, which is first of all, that's a ridiculous name. But it was a lovely little village at the time. And some of the men who lived in the village, they started this tradition of basically decorating this flatbed truck thing with all Christmas lights. And one of them would dress up as Father Christmas. And so it wasn't like the real Father Christmas, who obviously is really busy in the lead up to Christmas. So this will be a few nights before Christmas that they would, like, one of them would dress up as Father Christmas, the others would dress up as elves, and all of the parents in our village would be invited to, like, give a gift that they wanted them to come round and deliver to their child. And that's my earliest Christmas memory, is hearing, and we had a long drive at our house, and I remember they came right the way up the drive. And I can remember just hearing these jingle bells going as they came up. And it was just the most exciting thing ever, just to see them right outside my house. And I can still remember what they bought me as well. It was a Cindy doll carry case.
What's a
thing.
Cindy doll?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think it was more popular over here perhaps than in the US. So you know Barbie?
Of course.
Cindy was her slightly less glamorous friend. Well, she wasn't even a friend. It was a different company made Cindy. And Cindy was more popular over here. And Barbie was popular in the US. But similar thing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So a carrying case. So was it an accessory for the doll, or was the doll in the case?
So it had, I can remember it's clear as day. It was bright pink and it had white Cindy written across the front. And on the one side, there was like a perspex kind or clear plastic cover. And the doll would sit in that section. And then in the left, it was like an empty case bit where you could put all your doll's clothes.
Sure.
So if you were going away, you could take your doll and all her clothes in this little Cindy carry case. I'm going to have to Google and see if you can actually still get one of those anywhere. That was the best present I've ever had in my life, because it was like the first one I can remember. And I remember being so excited about it because it had been delivered right to my door by Father Christmas.
Now, Jill, how many what age did you sort of age out of Father Christmas? And do you have a story there?
So I don't understand the question.
When did you find out what kind of happens with Santa? Like the story, like I said, when did he disappear from your reality as being a real thing? How old were you?
What?
Oh dear. So I really stepped in it now?
What do you mean?
I'm telling, when did you find out that Father Christmas wasn't real?
What?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This is, I think you could have broken that to me a bit more gently.
That's what I was doing the first time around, but it was a little oblique.
Oh my Lord. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can carry on now.
Oh dear.
Woo! When did I find out that Santa, it's hard to say, it wasn't real? Do you know what? I don't even really remember, because I think I was quite old. It's so embarrassing. I actually think I was quite old. Yeah, I think I was. Because I can still remember standing at the window and like looking out of my bedroom window into the sky and really straining my ears to see if I could hear the bells or see any sign of Santa in the sky. And so we were living at Leybourne then, and we didn't move there until I was like 9. So I definitely still believe when I was 9. That seems quite old. I'm such a saddo.
That's about what it was for me too. 9.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember having like this kind of like a crossover period where you sort of knew but you didn't really want that to be true. So you
yeah,
still went along with everything because,
100%.
yeah.
Because then it'd be like, well,
Mm.
the repercussions of expressing doubt.
Well, what if he never came again if you expressed doubt? I mean, that would
Exactly.
have been the worst. So,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Sad times. I still do stockings for all my family.
Now, that brings us to our next question, Jilly, and it's this. Um, what is a stocking filler?
Good question. So, I work from a very specific list of stocking fillers. Small miniature toiletries, good. Standard side toiletries, bad.
Hmm. Anything's better when
Packs
it's
of
small and
cards,
cute.
right?
Yeah,
Packs of cards, good.
like playing cards.
Small board games, bad, too big.
Hmm.
Yeah, a pack of playing cards, good stocking filler. Small pot of bubble blowing fluid, good. Larger toy, bad. Socks, excellent, but they must
Excellent.
be Christmas themed. Socks, but they always have to be Christmas themed, or bed socks, like really warm, fluffy bed socks for women
Sure.
or girls, and Christmas socks for men. Pants, again, good. Oh, hold on. I mean, like, what do you call pants? Because you call trousers pants. So what do
Do
you
you
call
mean
pants?
shorts?
Pants,
Do you mean shorts?
like
What do you mean
boxer
by
shorts,
pants? Okay,
pants,
yeah, about usually
underpants,
boxers, underwear. Uh,
underwear, right?
yeah.
So underwear, good, but again, must be Christmas themed. So, and then little joke presents, whoopee cushion, good, excellent stocking filler. For girls, a little, maybe a lipstick, good. A set of pens, good. But obviously, only a few of things like that in each stocking because most of the stocking fillers are edible. They are Christmas themed delights, like
So
chocolate
maybe
reindeers.
edible underpants.
Edible Christmas underpants would be
An
an
edible
excellent
Christmas underpants.
stocking filler. That would be like one of the best stocking fillers ever.
That really puts it
Yeah.
all together.
That was like, oh, I tell you what, I've got this year for the stocking fillers. Tiny Brussels sprout chocolates.
Cool.
Because Brussels sprouts obviously feature big on
Sure.
a Christmas dinner. We don't eat them any other time of year. I'm sure we're coming
Yeah,
on to Christmas dinner.
good. Now, Jilly, I read, I did my homework of things to ask
Of
you,
course.
and the
You're
alternative.
very good at doing your
Oh yeah,
homework
you
before
gotta
UK.
show up.
I love it.
But so and I in the U.S. we refer to a stocking filler as a stocking stuffer. So that's the Yank equivalent.
No,
And I guess I'll
absolutely
ask.
not.
I guess I'll ask. Do you ever use the word filler to mean fluff, unessential?
Ah, yeah. We use it to mean several things. So, filler in the UK can mean filling in fluff just to bide some time. It can
Right.
mean filler that you use to fill in a hole on the wall. That would be filler. You put in the filler. A filler can also be something that goes in your face. I luckily for me don't need fillers, but
Like
some people whose
Botox?
faces cave in, they need fillers, apparently. Yeah, I think it's a bit like Botox, like fillers. Cat will tell us. Is it like code Botox, Cat? Maybe. Um, then what else is a filler?
There's no filler on this show.
I think that's it. There is no filler on this show, Tone. Absolutely not. Well, actually, you could argue that this entire show is one big filler. UK All Day is basically a filler because we talk absolute rubbish I feel like we could make an episode of this show last 3 hours easily. Best thing ever.
Jill, you used the word actually just a moment ago. So let me ask you,
Actually.
Tell us about your relationship with the film Love Actually.
Well, I mean, it's essential Christmas viewing. There are several movies that are essential Christmas viewing. Love Actually is just one of them. And when I say essential Christmas viewing, I mean these are movies that British people watch every year, whether they want to or not,
They're
whether they've
tradition, and
seen
it's
it
important.
1,000 times or not. It's tradition, so you have to watch it. Love Actually, Die Hard, weirdly.
It's Christmas. Yeah, it takes place at Christmas.
Yeah,
That's the point.
Elf,
Yeah. Elf.
definitely. Mary Poppins, definitely. The Wizard of Oz original version, definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
the
I mean,
old one
how
with
did these
Judy Garland.
how did that is a non-Christmas movie. How did that make its
What?
way into British tradition? What do you mean?
That is on TV every day on Christmas Day in the UK.
Oh, so it's a UK TV programming thing.
Well, it's a Christmas movie they schedule every year. Like either the BBC or ITV will show it every year. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think
That's a
one thing
big
it has going for it Christmassy are those slippers. Those sure look like a Christmas ornament.
Don't draw my attention back to that apologetic excuse. The emerald slippers.
Ruby.
I would love some. Ruby slippers. No, I want the emerald ones. Oh, Emerald City.
Emerald City
slippers.
Ruby slippers.
Okay, I'm getting my
That was a real Freudian slipper. Jill, so what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, my favorite Christmas movie. That's a really hard one. Oh, I tell you what, this is an aside because I'm going to think about it, but I just watched Genie the other day. Have you seen that? It's that new one that's come on Sky. Genie. It's got Melissa McCarthy in it. It's really good. I really like it. I think my favorite Christmas movie is Elf.
Really? Sure. Easy.
I really love it so much. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, and the other one, I don't know if you got, I bet you guys don't have this. Raymond Briggs, the Snowman.
Is it?
We're walking in the air.
I was treated to. I saw that film when I was a wee lad in grade school, in primary school.
Did you?
Yeah, it has it's more. I know it has more of a. It's more of a holiday staple, I believe, in Europe than the US.
Yeah,
but as in
I'm
the
very
UK,
familiar with again, every Christmas Eve they will show the Snowman. I love that one too. I really love that one. Also, can I tell you what else on TV? Oh no.
Oh no.
Bear with, please, caller. Your call is important to me. Wait there. We just fixed my hat. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. Woo!
Good.
Praise be.
You.
The other thing that we get absolutely entranced by in the UK every Christmas is checking out the big stores Christmas adverts. Now, is this a thing in the UK?
Now, when you say
in the US,
do you mean does this appear in a periodical? Commercial.
You call them commercials. We call them adverts. So there's some stores like over here, like John Lewis, Marks and Spencer's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, all of these big stores. It's like a competition now when they bring out their Christmas adverts. It's like we all wait for them to be released. They're often released first on Facebook or TikTok or something, and everyone's waiting. Oh, have you seen the John Lewis advert this year? It's so good, and it's a real thing here now.
Now, what?
Obviously,
are they storyboarded well? Like what? Tell us
they're like mini movies,
little movies.
Yeah, they're like little really heartwarming movies, and it's like, they're beautiful. I feel like you guys might not have that over there because obviously you have more commercials than actual TV shows, don't you?
Well, I mean, streaming's kind of changed a lot of that.
True. Because I remember when I came to the US, it was like it was so hard as a kid to watch TV in the US because it was like you'd watch 2 minutes of a cartoon and then it went to adverts again.
Sure. Yep. Now, I guess so. How are how do you catch the adverts? Do you watch them on YouTube? Like how do you view them these days?
Oh, on TV. So we still watch like
You still
traditional
watch?
TV because we're
Got it.
old. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll still, because of every day, 7 p.m. is Emmerdale, which is a UK soap opera set in the Yorkshire Dales, based around a farming family. Well, it used
What's
to
a
be
dale?
based
What is
around
a
a farm.
dale? Is that a? Can you tell? Is that a
Oh, like
noun?
rolling hills,
Rolling hills.
hills and dales, undulating rural countryside in the north of England.
And there's
Um,
a neighborhood you will find every now and again in the U.S. is Hill and Dale, which kind of is actually a
yeah,
compound word of
hill and
Hill and
dale.
Dale.
Oh, adorable. Yeah.
Language
So
sure is
we have
fun.
hills and dales, but we
Sure.
have we have like the Yorkshire Dales. Like it's like the Peak District, or you might not have heard of that either. But yeah, it's just like a very rural, it's just farms and little tiny villages, but yeah, very traditional English countryside. And so at 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. every weekday, Emmerdale is on, which is a soap opera set in the Yorkshire Dales. And I've been watching that since I was probably about 12 years old. And so that is on ITV, which has adverts, because obviously on the BBC, there are no adverts at all. BBC is, there's no adverts, but ITV there is. So I watch that every evening. And that's when I tend to catch some of the adverts.
Tell us about an advert that stuck with you, like the plot for one.
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, the year before last's John Lewis advert was so good. It was basically this little boy built a snowman in the back garden, and then I think it's like maybe his friend or someone built another snowman next to it, like a girl one. And the boy snowman overnight went all the way to like London or something and bought a lovely present of a beautiful pink scarf for the girl snowman. But then when he got back, she'd melted.
Oh boy.
But then I can't, and I think I might have to Google this one. I don't think I'm telling it really well. This year's one, can I tell you about this year's one? This
I wish
year's
you would.
one is this little boy has this like Venus flytrap. Did not see that coming. Has this Venus flytrap, and it grows massive in the house, and he wants to
Sure.
have it as the Christmas tree. So
Oh wow.
he decorates it with all decorations and everything, but it causes havoc in the house. So his mum and dad make him move this like Venus flytrap Christmas tree out into the garden. And so then the little boy's really sad. And on Christmas Day, they're all opening the presents, and all the little boy's doing is staring out the window at the lonely Venus flytrap Christmas tree that's now out in the snow. And then in the end, he takes a present outside to the the Venus flytrap Christmas tree, and gives it to him. And then one by one, all of the rest of the family come out and hand their presents over to the Venus flytrap Christmas tree. And then the Venus flytrap Christmas tree kind of rips all of the wrapping off, and you think it's going mad again, but then it spits back out all of the wonderful presents that the people wanted, which you can buy right now at John Lewis.
Nice. Wow. And so the Venus flytrap Christmas tree, it never goes little shop of horrors to eat everyone.
No, how good would that have been though? Like, I feel like they've missed a trick. They could have bought like a late night version of it out where it all goes really fucking horribly wrong. That would have been so good.
That's hilarious, Jelly.
Yeah. That was a good one.
So Jelly, let me ask you, what's your favorite Christmas song? And then sing us a couple of bars.
Right. Okay. I've got to think about this because I have so many favorite Christmas songs.
We'll do it with
So
you.
many. I mean, my absolute beyond doubt favorite one is by a band called The Darkness, who you may not have heard of. You know The
I
Darkness?
believe in a thing called love.
Well, their Christmas song is Christmas time, don't let the bells end. That one.
I thought I would have known The Darkness had a Christmas song. Like, I'm kind of a Darkness
Google that
fan.
bad boy. That's going to be your new favorite Christmas song too now, Tone.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite ones. Fairy Tale of New York, obviously, and sad news about poor old Shay McGowan recently. You don't know it, do you? Oh, you do know it. Okay. Yeah. What other Christmas songs do I love? I know. Now this could be my favorite one, actually. I don't know if you would call this a Christmas song, but I think it is. The Pretenders. 5,000 miles or 1,000 miles. 2,000 miles. Sorry, everyone. Will, if you're still listening and driving, pull over. That may have affected you badly.
2,000 miles by the Pretenders.
2,000 miles, not 10,000. That would be ridiculous.
But so is it a Christmas song, or is it just you just have a Christmas association with the song?
I thought it was about Father Christmas coming 2,000 miles. It's probably not, is it? Bloody hell.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at lyrics now. Yep. He'll be back at Christmas time in these frozen silent nights. Yep. Nailed it.
I feel like that's a Christmas song.
That's a Christmas song right there.
I'm claiming that one, Tone. What's your favorite Christmas song?
I like God Bless Ye, Merry Gentlemen. God bless ye, merry gentlemen.
Merry gentlemen, let nothing ye dismay, for Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day. And they have gone astray.
Tidings of comfort and joy.
Comfort and joy. Yes, nailed that.
Yep.
Do you know what? One time on UK All Day, do you know what we should do? UK All Day karaoke.
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 Karaoke. Yep. We'll workshop this. This is going to be great.
Maybe we'll workshop that. Yeah, that's not my best name ever. It's not my best.
Doing great, though. Jill, what is a food, drink, or a hamper?
A food drink.
Or a food or drink hamper.
Oh, do you not have those in the States?
I think that we call them baskets, I think.
Okay. So hamper in the UK, very traditional gift, but very expensive now. I don't know that they used to be. And so what sometimes people do now is to buy a basket, or basket, as you call it, and fill it with their own, like, nicely selected items of food and drink to give as a gift. Like, that would be a really thoughtful present. If you're not particularly a thoughtful person like me, then you just go and buy one from somewhere. Now, the best ones in the whole of the UK, forget Harrods, forget Selfridges, the best ones are from Fortnum and Mason, which is a beautiful old shop. Well, when I say it's a department store on Piccadilly in London, and it's very, at Christmas, it's like the place you would go for traditional Christmas food. That's where you would go if you wanted like the most traditional figgy pudding. You would go to Fortnum and Mason and you would find, like, oh my God, the perfect one. Yeah. Never set foot in there in my life, but apparently that's what it's like.
What do you mean by that? About that statement?
I've never been there. I've literally
is there a stance there? You just never gotten around to it?
Just
what do you mean?
Never gotten around to it.
Sure.
Well, probably when I was younger, I couldn't have afforded anything in there. And now I can afford stuff in there. I bothered to go there.
Sure.
You always want what you can't have.
Exactly. Okay, Jilly. What the heck is Boxing Day? I just know that it's one of these things that that happens in the UK. I do not know. Like I know Guy Fawkes Day is about a guy who tried to blow up Parliament. I don't know anything about Boxing Day. What are the boxes? Boxing? Like what's going on here?
Do you know what, Tone? Sometimes you ask me questions that literally blow my mind. Like, I'm surprised that my gold crown hasn't just ricocheted off and hit the wall. So, how can you not know what Boxing Day is? Okay, Boxing Day. In the UK, Boxing Day is like our second most important holiday. Christmas Day is our most important one, and Boxing Day is our second most important one. Basically, it's so that we don't have to go back to work with a hangover. That's why it was
Really?
invented.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, it was decided probably by Queen Victoria that instead of making people go back to work with a hangover, we'll give them an extra day. So someone said, yeah, but what will we call it? And she said, well, let me think. I'm off to a boxing match tonight. Oh, we'll call it Boxing Day. And that's how it began.
And so what day is it? Is it the 26th? You said does it the day after
Yeah.
Christmas?
Always the next day after Christmas. Yeah. Christmas Day is always the 25th. Boxing Day is always the 26th. And I found out today from Kat, though, that they do celebrate Boxing Day in Canada. I wonder
And
why they celebrate it in Canada and not. Oh, Will Cops, who's watching, has been to Fortnum and Mason's and gotten a Christmas hamper there. Will Cops, you are a classy chap. That's all I have to say.
he sure is.
That. Classy guy.
Oh
tea
my!
was amazing.
He was amazing. Wow! I would Jill you
Oh,
away in
Will,
the Jilly's heart.
you are my kind of guy. A good tea connoisseur. I'm loving this. What? Whoa, hold on. In Canada, they Boxing Day, but they still have to work. What? That's
Rude.
madness. We do not work on Boxing Day.
So are there
Boxing Day over here? Shall I tell you a Boxing Day tradition?
Go. Yes, that was my
Bubble and Squeak.
my very next question. Bubble and Squeak.
Bubble and Squeak is a Boxing Day tradition. So obviously you have like your Christmas dinner the day before, which we'll go into, I'm sure, in a minute, and I'll fill you in on the exact requirements for that. But on Boxing Day, what you do is you have all of your leftovers. So you get all your veg that's left over from Christmas dinner, chop it into small bits, and then throw it all into a frying pan and fry it all up together until it's crispy. And then you eat that with your cold turkey, cold ham, and your Branston pickle. Do you have Branston pickle in the US? Surely.
What is a Branston pickle?
What? You don't know what a Branston pickle is? Blows my mind again. Branston pickle is this really weird stuff. It's like brown. Do you have piccalilli?
What's piccalilli?
Okay. Do you know what chutney is?
It's a relish. You put it on.
Okay,
on
relish.
something.
We found some common ground.
Well, finally.
So, finally, you would call piccalilli and Branston pickle, you would call them relishes. And Branston pickle is like tiny chopped up pickled vegetables in this kind of brown sauce.
You know, is it
And
brown sauce?
piccalilli,
The brown sauce or a?
oh no, not the brown sauce. Don't be disgusting.
we really cover all the ground, Jilly, you and me.
So do, don't we? I love it. And also, can I just say that piccalilli is exactly the same as Branston pickle, except the sauce is bright yellow and more mustardy.
But it's not relishes. A mustard.
But it's no, it is not a mustard. But Branston pickle is the exact correct accompaniment to bubble and squeak. Do you have bubble and squeak in the US?
No, and in fact, if you could tell us what, break down what a bubble and squeak is. Wait,
Okay.
as in,
So it's basically every single leftover from the Christmas dinner the day before. So not the meat though. The meat, leftover meat and the leftover stuffing go separate. But all of like leftover roast potatoes, roast parsnips, carrots, carrot and swede mash, peas, green beans, broccoli, sweet corn, red cabbage, all of
you
those
said
things.
carrot and sweet mash.
Carrot and swede.
Swede. What's a Swede here?
I'm sorry, what?
What's a
Did you
Swede?
just say what's a Swede?
Yeah, I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid I did.
I don't. Oh my God, how do you describe what a Swede is? Well, first of all, it's the hardest vegetable known to man. Like, you cannot get a fucking knife through that thing. It is literally ridiculous. It's like trying to cut up a rock. So always buy it frozen because it's worse than trying to chop up a pumpkin. So what's a Swede? Well, do you know what a turnip is?
Yeah, okay. Turnip, sure. Yep, sure do.
Well, right. Okay, here's where we may have a cross purpose. So how big is a turnip?
Turnip's like kind of
Yeah,
a little
that's
smaller
a
than an
Swede.
orange.
Oh no, yeah, that's a turnip. So a Swede is kind of that size.
Okay.
But it's a round root vegetable. Its flesh is orange. But it's a round root, it's a root vegetable. It's not a squash. We have it
I'd never
chopped
even
up.
heard of this vegetable, Jelly. So how do you?
Google
Is it
it.
a lot of
Hold
work
on,
to
I'm gonna
chop up a
see.
Swede?
I'm gonna see if it has a different US name
Sure.
because
A rutabaga is what Kat says.
what the fuck? Oh, what?
It's a very good name, rutabaga.
A rutabaga. What? That's. I have never heard of that.
And I don't even think I know what a rutabaga really looks like myself. So we're all learning all kinds of things today.
We are learning so much today. We are learning so much. But yeah, that is a really good so we have mashed carrot and Swede. So we boil the Swede and we boil the carrots and then we put some butter and black pepper in and we mash it all up into a stodge. And then we have that. Oh, and we have cauliflower cheese as well with our Christmas dinner. And anyway, going back to the bubble and squeak, you get every single bit of leftover vegetables. If there's gravy left, chuck that in as well, but not your kind of gravy. Disgusting. The white stuff. Don't even.
So what's your gravy?
It's brown. It's meat juices. It's like
okay, right, got
brown gravy.
Sure.
More like a sauce. Yeah. And then you just put all of that into a frying pan, mushed all up together, and then you just fry it for ages until it gets all like kind of fried up together, and that's bubble and squeak. It's just fried up leftovers, effectively.
So, and a bubble and squeak is also your favorite childhood birthday meal, correct?
No, that's boiled dinner.
Boiled dinner, okay.
Boiled dinner. So boiled dinner is just minced beef, maybe a little onion in it if I was feeling a bit adventurous. Mum would put a bit of onion in it, but basically just minced beef with boiled up and then boiled potatoes mashed up and then boiled peas. And that was my favorite birthday dinner, boiled dinner. I didn't call it boiled dinner. That's what Rebecca calls it. Our esteemed and beloved host of the Stone Fruit Roll-Up calls it boiled dinner.
Jilly, next question for us. Tell us about your gift wrapping game.
Oh, my gift wrapping game is tight.
Is it tight?
It's
Now,
so
do you have a wide array of gift wrap paper? Like, are you always on the lookout for the next good one? Do
Absolutely
you
not.
track your stock, how much you have?
I'm really hot on not wasting things. So basically, there is no style to my gift wrapping. It's like remnants of bits of wrapping paper that I've had from 5 years ago will come out and get
Resourceful.
used. Resourceful. Also, I'm so mean that I rarely cut off enough wrapping paper for the present. So most of my gifts have like a tiny little black hole of that where I just have to put loads of sellotape over it to hide the fact that you can slightly see the gift. And
What's sellotape?
this conversation is starting. I think I'm getting a headache. What's sellotape? What do you use to stick a present together?
We call it Scotch tape.
Oh yeah, we
And
have
that's the
Scotch tape
brand.
as well, but
Is that the same thing?
sellotape is but sellotape is like the bigger brand, and
Okay.
everyone now it's like like you say you're going to Hoover.
Yeah, for vacuum.
Oh yeah,
A,
oh
a,
yeah,
Xer-
you
a
think
Xerox for a
vacuum.
copy machine.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So sellotape. And also this is my gift wrapping game. Sit at the table, you got your presents ready. And then I cut off like about 20 that length pieces of sellotape and stick them to the table all the way along so that I can just pull from there. And it's like it's the lowest part of my day when those 20 run out and I have to do it all again. So sad. Also, I'm too mean to buy bespoke gift tags as well. So I basically cut off little pieces of wrapping paper and fold them in half.
Fold them. Yep.
And just write the name inside
I
those. And
think
then
that's
stick
fun.
them.
My mom did that when I was a kiddo as well.
Yeah, we do that.
I think it's fun. It adds a little bit of a 3D element to your gift. Something poking out.
I get this laziness of wrapping from my mum. Do you know what? This is a small, sad Christmas story for you. When I was younger, I used to get really good presents from Father Christmas. But for some reason, he never wrapped them up like he did my friends. All my friends got their presents from Father Christmas wrapped up. And then when he dropped mine off, he never wrapped them up. He just stuck them in the pillowcase without wrapping them up.
Stuck them in the pillowcase. What's that about?
Well, so in the UK, when you're a small child, you get quite a lot of presents at Christmas, like in your what you call your stocking. But you don't really use a stocking; you use like a pillowcase or a sack of some kind. It was always a pillowcase for us, and that's where your Father Christmas presents would go. Yeah,
I now have a better understanding of y'all than I did 45 seconds ago.
Can you feel my pain of why Father Christmas neglected me like that, though?
Sure do.
Very sad. Luke's my stepson. Never waste any wrapping paper at all. Jill doesn't. Quite right. I am like a super mean wrapper. Also, can I tell you something else I do that disgusts Luke? And that is that sometimes I wrap up things that I've had for ages and put them in people's stockings.
Yeah, like as in, are they on? Do you put them in a box, like to wrap up? Like as in, is it a joke? What's going on here, Jill?
No, if I think I can get away with it, like for example,
If
one
I
of
can
Oscar's
get
presents.
away with it.
So Luke's son Oscar got this Lego set years and years ago, and it never got opened. So this year I've wrapped it up again.
Bold, fierce.
I put it under the tree. What? I feel like that's just thrifty.
That's great.
Thrifty.
So my approach is I am 100% team gift bag.
Oh, hold on. Gift bag. So are you saying like you put the gift in a bag and then you don't have to wrap it up?
Well, yes, but what I'll do is I'll take some cute tissue paper
Right.
of a nice color, kind of just drape it around the gift, have the fancy gift tissue paper poking out of the bag, and then doesn't that look nice?
I feel like that's completely acceptable.
Oh yeah, it's a low effort way to because actually, Jill, my Christmas confession is that I've never learned how to wrap a present.
You see, I think that might be a bit of a man thing. And I think we as women are enablers with this.
Yeah.
I wrap up all the presents in this household. I even wrap up my own presents from Dave because obviously I don't let him choose them for me because he can't be trusted. So I choose them myself. Then I wrap them myself.
That's hilarious.
And then I open them myself the next on Christmas Day. Oh, Kat's saying no. Ryan taught me to wrap gifts. So it's not just a man thing then. It's just a lazy ass thing.
I mean, you know how things go with laziness and those men. Jilly, so I want to ask if as we begin to wrap up in a couple of minutes, could I play you an original Christmas song I've written?
Yes, you can.
All right. I haven't touched this guitar in a long time, so you're gonna have to allow me to tune it really.
Oh, I can't hear you now, Tone. Oh, he's tuning it. Luke, yes, you can say you did. I had forgotten actually that you did wrap a few Christmas presents this year. So yeah, I take back that horrific accusation that you didn't. Right, come on, Tone. What have you got for us? What have you got for us?
Let's see what happens if I just.
Is it an original? Hold on. Is this an original?
Oh yeah, I wrote the song. Yep.
Oh, this is my favorite when you do this stuff. Let's do it.
Let's see what happens here. Let's get my camera down just a little bit more. Cool.
Do it, Tone.
Cool. It's a different feeling than we felt before. We got a better idea of what's in store. 'Cause we've done this now so many times.
I love it.
And I don't care what all the Grinches say. I love this season anyway. It helps us see the world from a different view. So if you think you might sympathize, let me look into your eyes and tell you something that I know is true. All I want for Christmas is to think of me and you in a way that's somewhat different than we do. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, I'm back on camera. I was lost in my dance then. Tone, I was prepared for some kind of ridiculous US UK kind of horrendousness, and you delivered up an actually lovely Christmas song. So ask me the question again about my favorite Christmas song.
What's your favorite Christmas song, Jill?
That one.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
It was so good, don't. I love it.
Thanks. So Jill, we're coming up on the end of the hour. I want to call it want to say that we've wrapped up this beautiful Christmas present at UK All Day.
I like it. Yes.
Yep.
Have you got any other burning questions about British tradition that you feel I need to share with you at this stage, or are we wrapped?
We're good. We're done. I know so much more than I did an hour ago.
Next UK All Day will be some kind of New Year extravaganza, I'm guessing.
Something like that. I'm going to start planning it now.
Yes, Stone.
Cool. So let's give it up to the Christmas Queen, ladies and gentlemen, Gill Moakes.
Thank you so much.
Have a great holiday season, everyone. You got it. Thank you, my Christmas Queen.
This is the paper chain in case you don't have those in the US.
Those are around. Cool. There's things we share a little bit after all.
There we go. Beautiful.
Love you all. Love you, Jelly. Thanks for a great UK All Day.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. Let's call it a day, Kat.